It like kind of lagged for a bit, so I was just confused about if it actually went live or not. But hey, we're live, and so welcome to the stream. I want to change the layout because I want to have chat be close to me, so I don't have to like look away that much. But I'm just I just don't have the best layout. So let me see if I can fix that before I even start playing the game. Yeah, it's good. I would like to have chat closer. Me? Oh, that's how you update it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm learning. I'm actually learning, and that makes me kind of happy. I didn't even know this. So. Let's see. The tags. I can edit that. And I'm learning. Okay, so apparently in League of Legends you can have notes and you can change the notes. And I didn't know that. I've been playing that game since I was in high school and I didn't know that. So it wasn't until like one of my friends pointed it out that I learned about that. And right now I feel a similar situation. Because now I know how to change titles during the stream. I mean, it's not like I needed to really, like I didn't really have to change titles while streaming. It was only maybe during the Stillness of the Wind stream, and I didn't know how to change that, but I'm actually glad I know now. But okay. Meanwhile, I tried to figure out how to change the stream chat so it's closer to me. It's gonna take a bit. Just a while, but I guess I could talk about what happened in the stream. No, we'll just do it like that. So for this stream, I wanted to interact more with the characters. So I feel like I don't give them that much of a priority to like maybe run errands for them. Especially since like there's a cooldown for running those errands. But in order for me to actually be able to maybe progress the game, I do think that I have to go ahead and give the priority. So maybe some slime cruelty. Not intentional slime cruelty, but I could do it that way too. It's just kind of silly. Can I really not change where it shows? Like, I would like to show vice versa. To give an explanation, on my second monitor, I have stream chat on the left side, but I would like that to be on the right side. I want to say that's something for future me to deal with, but I feel like I leave it too much to future me, and so this is why we have these issues. But yeah, I wanted to interact more with the characters, carry out their missions, and because you know, whenever you do help them out on the farm, They give you what's it called. I guess I could do it like this. It's still weird. Yeah, it's still weird. I don't think I can change it just like that. Maybe something I could do is change the position of my screens. What the hell did I just do? This is stuff that I should maybe be learning offline, right? But I don't. So that's still pretty bad, but let's see. That's not something I can change here. You know what? We'll just cope. We'll just deal with it. This is fine. This is fine. It's not fine. What is this? Maybe this layout? Okay, and this makes a little more sense, yeah. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, and oh, and I also wanted to, like, maybe put out more of the extractors. Because, I do need to upgrade the farm, so that it runs on its own. Because I haven't found all the slimes. I haven't found all the slimes. But there's also something else that I haven't done. I don't think I have explored all of the regions either. Because if there's still those slimes missing, I don't have all the food either. Maybe not with the ingredients. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at the echoes because that was actually something that I was interested in. Okay. So, yeah, there's still quite a lot I have to do. I feel like I've been pretty slow at this stage. And honestly, when it comes to, like, games are like, what is this? Oh, I see. Oh, that's the reason. I didn't remember that. I don't have to worry about that. Oh. Yeah, I actually don't have to worry about, like, scaring away slimes. Can I get up here? I can't. I did say that I was gonna do, work, and here I am already, going off somewhere that, like, maybe I don't necessarily have to be at. Because, honestly, I just want to drop off the stuff that I picked up. Okay. So I'm gonna drop this off. This is spicy tofu. I don't think I really need the spicy tofu. I haven't really found a use for it. There's so many carrots. I don't know what to do with so many cards. But yeah, I haven't really done it absurd. The echoes. You know, I think I put in the spicy tofu. Now this is stuff that I drop off for Salah. I could put I do have a photo slime. One of them is not dead. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had to check on my photo slime one guy because something weird that happened like that once, and I was pretty sad about it. Okay, so before I run off into... I think I'm gonna go visit Mochi first. So before I run off to Mochi's farm, I do need to make sure that everything is taken care of in the farm. Hey, welcome to the stream. Gosh. You know what's the funny thing about that sticker? I do have plushies that I collect. And without realizing it, that sticker looks a lot like a plushie that I have. Like even with the same color scheme. You know what? I'll probably put a picture of it on Instagram and Twitter. Honestly though, that sticker is so good. Because it is straight up a head empty. Because sometimes, even when I'm playing games, I'll just, yeah, my head will go empty. And so I had to take a minute to think what I was gonna do next. Notice pump and so that's it here. I do need to get that. I need more pink doors. I could have another drone if I had another jellystone. Warp technology. I think the warp technology is just good for traveling around on the farm, isn't it? Yo? What does this mean? Oh? Hey, welcome to the stream and thank you for the follow. Okay, so I already mentioned before that, yeah, hello. Okay, I try to sometimes avoid saying names in case that I pronounce them wrong, right? Because my first thought when pronouncing names is usually to pronounce them with maybe like Spanish grammar, and sometimes that's not it. But hey, welcome to the stream. What does a refinery link mean? Protect class, slum science. Ooh. My question is, okay, so warp tech, it allows me to transfer refinery link. Breathe, no. Do you know the type of chaos and terror that the slimes will produce if you release them? That's why they're off in the far, far, far away place in space. And that's why they need to be subjugated. They look all cute, they look all innocent, but you don't know the crimes that they have committed. I'm gonna make one, and I'm probably gonna regret it. Oh! I do want that. I actually do want that. God damn it. It's fine. Okay, I think we're already seeing in previous streams. And if not, well, I have a problem where I just let this pile up, and sometimes it piles up so much that they're not being collected. So if I had that, the market inside at least the caves, then I could just straight up immediately sell some of the items or things that the slimes performs. Gosh, it's been a while since Slime Rancher. I do like the game. It is kind of slow because this is kind of like a similar issue that I have with Stardew Valley. The games are enjoyable. They are definitely slow though, and it being so repetitive can become kind of boring. So I did kind of need like a bit of a break from Slime Rancher, because it did felt repetitive to a certain point. But I am committed to trying to finish the game and get to the end of the story. Is there anything else? Apart from the orbs, collecting the orbs, taking care of the slime. The slimes don't deserve to be fed. Oh gosh. They're fine. They're getting more food than they actually eat, so I'm actually gonna collect this because they don't deserve to be fed. You! What the hell? I was about to escape! Is it displeased about being inside a cage? They're escaping. Why? Actually came at the right time. They're about... Hashtag free the slimes. It's not happening. Maybe they tried to escape, but it's not happening. You know what? Maybe I should toss them into the water. Because how dare they? They don't get freed up. They know the crimes that they committed. Look at them, smiling also innocent. But you don't know how many they have murdered. Just for their own satisfaction. Yeah. It looks like peaceful coexistence right here with the chickens and all this tabbies, the tabby hunters, right? But as time passes, these chickens will begin to disappear. But yes, the goal of today's stream is to... I didn't need to beat this ones. I think there's a danger of them escaping, but regardless, I don't want this one's out. The goal of the stream is to try to increase our relationships with the other farmers. So we're actually gonna try to give them priority. Because I mentioned that the story feels slow, but that's probably my fault because I've been just trying to run the farm and not actually trying to progress the relationships. Guess I also gave priority to exploring. And you know, maybe the information that I'm missing, I can find it by just trying to upgrade the 7 not the 7-up points, but trying to buy the membership from the company and improve a relationship with the other ranchers. 7C rewards club. There we go. That's the name of it. So we're gonna need to. There's just so much to do. This game can be a bit overwhelming. You at least try. It's not gonna work. See, you're probably gonna have to be more creative about them, because if I have heard them before, it's not happening. And last time it only happened because we were discussing about, like, I think Xbox. And, well, you know, they still have discs, right? But not this one. This one's too obvious. This one only works if someone hasn't heard it before. There's so much to do. And also maybe I should just let them starve. I am so inclined to just let them starve. They're so needy. The prisoners are so needy. And the prisoners are driving the market down as well. I have no stones. I did this to myself. But there's so many floors. There's so many floors. I just had to sell them. I could be better about this, but we all know that's not gonna happen. I have to. The only thing that I'm kind of iffy about is that, okay, they do have the food authentication, right? But if it's not in the feeder, it's gonna spoil, and if it spoils, then they absolutely have no food. But I can't make this any slower. I can't. And I also don't want to add more slimes in, because I'm already struggling trying to keep up with the production floors. I really do this to myself. You know what? I did forget to mention that the archive was like, so I think all of the videos except for one, and that's the code being one, are up in YouTube under this okay. So something that I tried to do in what is this filter? But something that I try to do in general is that whatever I have, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, right? They're all under the same name. So it is really just, if you type in my name, you should find the archive. I will try to include the link on both Instagram and Twitter and see if I can include it here on Twitch as well. But the archive is up, and I'm actually kind of glad about that. Because for people that they weren't able to join the stream, you guys also have links to do, or get disconnected or stuff like that. You can maybe look at the previous streams on the archive. So I'm actually kind of proud of the archive being up. And in the previous stream, I did mention that I wanted to have thumbnails for the archive, which I did do. So for videos are of longer series, for example like Slime Rancher, Code Vein, Hollow Knight, they have their thumbnails, and I think I'll change the thumbnails so that every 10 videos. So it isn't just too repetitive. But yeah, archive. This is kind of a sick touch. And since mentioning news in general, and other news, I think it's kind of becoming of a habit that like maybe I don't stream on Saturdays because it just shenanigans happen, and Saturdays get taken up. So there might not be a stream on Saturday, but if there is a stream, it's gonna be an hour stream. And you know what? It's probably gonna be Tales of the Black Forest, because I think the game actually has pretty good checkpoints to be able to leave it off on a kind of like in an hour and still have progress made. But games like maybe Slime Rancher, Code Vein, or Hollow Knight, it doesn't feel satisfying until you reach a certain point. Like for example in Code Vein, until you reach the point where you go and fight another boss or another big fight. Slime Rancher, it's kind of hard to see the progress of this, but it really is just like going at it and like trying to do as much as you can. And well, Hollow Knight, I guess similar to Code Vein, until like maybe you find a boss or like a new area. Maybe 2 or 3 runs, and that should be good. I need to find the spark shocks first before trying to launch them at the slimes. Oh, I don't have enough energy. I do. I ran out of energy. I need to find another energy spot I can search for. So about 10 more seconds. Right? Can we get 25? That's not true. Damn it. Oh, we were close. We actually did get to 25. There we go. I think there's another map here, right? Yes, okay, we go back here. Turn this into her. And there's this area, and then there's this one as well. So, had to find the energy again. I think Mochi might be actually the easier one to try to like increase the friendship with. Because there is kind of like a straight goal to it, and at least with... Oh gosh, I can't remember names. It's been a while. I don't know. Something about Mochi that's more iconic recently, I remember. At least with the daughter and then the chat, right? While you do help them out, it feels like it'll take longer to like actually increase the friendship with them. I'm out of energy. Oh, we have about a minute. We already have 23, so we're actually doing better progress here. Slime Sumis? Yeah, so the whole thing with Mochi is that in order to help her run her farm, I think this call are... Okay, Slime TV. What are these ones called? They're silver, but they're silver. Quicksilver, right? So, in order for them to give florps, they eat electricity, and essentially you had to chase them down, you had to forcefully feed them the electricity to get the florps. And, yeah, that's how you help Mochi run her farm. Sometimes they'll hurt you, but at this point, what damage they do, it shouldn't really be negative, or like, it shouldn't have a big impact on my health. But the main thing is that you're shooting them down with electricity, forcefully feed them. And it's just so close to, what I want to say that this is actually increasing friendship with her or something like that, right? And it's so close to that point. But I do have to wait about what? I think it's this right here. So about 8 minutes. And that's what I mean where I haven't probably been giving them priority at all to maybe increase my friendship with them. Because usually I just go and check on them once and I don't do that afterwards. But okay, it's waiting 8 minutes, right? And so I come back in 8 minutes and do it again. So yeah, that's the focus of the stream. So rather than running the farm or maybe like trying to explore around, I'm gonna try to run the errands and increase friendship with them. And honestly, if I'm not running the farm, it shouldn't be too bad because the only ones I'm worried about are the quantum slime. Because they can escape and I have to go all the way over there to get them again. But if the other ones escape, I think it's manageable to deal with them. Maybe this one's to become a bit of an issue because they go invisible, but again, it's not the worst. I feel a trap. I'm reading that and I feel a trap. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess it's a one that I haven't heard before. So you know what? Yes, in Spanish, is sí. Well, I didn't make the connection I should have had. Yeah, I think at this point it's just the what's it called, these nut strokes. Is there any other ones? We know about these nuts, right? But is there any other, like Ligma? Ligma's one of those. You know what? We're just gonna go check on this guy. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I do understand that one though. And I only understand that one just because of the Y7 scare of 9. Ah, I spawned in a different area. So, okay, at least in this bit, right? How we help the doctor is that we're trying to find the imposters, right? We're trying to capture them. See, this one? Imposter. And then the slime is trying to escape its crimes, and so we capture it. And then we take it for the doctor for like, what do you wanna call it? Like, beneficial experiments. The imposter committed suicide! I need that imposter. Alright. They're essentially that. They're imposter slimes, right? Oh my god. The imposter slime committed suicide, trying to escape their crimes. There we go. They're sussy. The cutest slime? Well, I say it's the cutest because it's my favorite, right? But the puddle slime. Puddle slime like, they are very cute. They're kind of like... I wouldn't say the slimiest of the slimes, but they were like... They're true essence of slime. I should definitely be moving on to another area to get what I need before the tar slime come around. Oh, maybe we get to see. Yeah, there should be this one. They're the cutest. The puddle slime. Look at them. They're just kind of like. They're just vibing. So. I absolutely like water. There is no point in me opening this item kit. Portable water tap? Oh, hey, that's actually really good. I get blueprints in this there? And it's trying to escape. Did I lose it? I think I did. And so now we are in a bit of a situation where I don't have any more of the debug spray. So in order to find imposters, you have to have debug spray, which will be kind of, it goes into your water slot. I ran out of it. So even if I wanted to grab some more, I don't have it. There's usually areas where they're here. Yeah. Why? How did I lose that? You know what? It's fine. I'll just go into it. So if it's not only the slimes, they look suspicious, right? If the environment also looks suspicious, then it's quite possible that it's the imposter. So maybe during this time I'm not looking at shots that often, right? Because again, I am trying to like maybe get as much as I can to we're reaching the cover ship, the top slime. Because I'm trying to get as much as I can so that I can increase the friendship points. Where is the portal? This way? I don't think there's the area to go to. I'm getting attacked, but giving imposters. And I also have to be careful about getting bit by the tar slime, because if I do get bit by them, I lose the imposters that I captured. I have no energy. Ah, I got bit. I just have to leave. There it is. Why do they have to go and why do they have to go and kill themselves into the water? They know I'm gonna go capture them. I might be too. You know what? It could be a combination of both. Wait, let me catch up with what was going on in chat. Among Us, for Among Us, you need people to play, so I don't know about that. But honestly, I'd be down to play Among Us. Maybe not the regular game mode, but like the modern ones. whether it be the hide and seek mode or the with the additional rules. So about the microphone, it could be a combination of both, because my mic is more further away than it is than usual, but it could also be, yeah, that the volume's too loud in Slime Rancher. Okay. I don't remember which game. I think it was Stillness of the Wind. So for Stillness of the Wind, the game's kind of soft, and so I increase the audio for that game, or at least when I stream, I increase the audio in general to like compensate for that game. So I just had to like reset that. Now, is the audio fine? Well, I get. Yeah, I left it to starve. You could just starve it. Right. No, they're not dying. They're hanging out with the doctor. Oh, Bob. That's odd. Someone hijacked my connection. I had to look into that later. Victor Humphreys. You know, he's trying to improve, what's it called? Life for the ranchers. He's trying to investigate like slimes, and essentially he's running a simulation, and there's some bugs or there's some errors, right? And you have to help him catch the bug errors. The bug error. Well, you have to help them catch them, right? I don't remember why he's running the simulation, but essentially it's to like find the ideal way to use something. Gosh. But I do have to talk to them more, because after I reach a certain point, the dialogue does change. Like Bob show up. So Bob is another person that we have made trades with, and there's a panel in the farm. You can accept whether you go on a fetch quest for certain characters. Bob has been one of those. Bob wants chickens. But you saw, Bob is sus. And this is a perfect example of more slime crimes, right? Apparently, Bob, which are slimes in a trench coat, right, has stolen or hijacked Humphrey's connection. This is why the slimes don't deserve their freedom. When you give them freedom, the first thing that they decide to do is commit crimes for their own personal benefits. Now then, do you need something? I updated my simulation projections for this phase, and I'm confident they will be accurate. They have even accounted for this change, including if I'm not gonna say this. Yes. Perfect. My projections included that sneeze based on rising dust levels in my lab. Looking forward to your results. It should prove to be. Oh hey, Bob's back. Look at it! Look at how... Look at its face. Look at it. Do you see the evil in those eyes? You see the pleasure it takes in committing this type of crime, interrupting the doctor, hijacking his line, and demanding sacrifices. Slaves don't deserve the freedom. So, does it include something new? Okay, yeah, it's the same conversation entirely. Now, let's see. I do have the cube. Cubes are better in here because they do serve as material. What else? There is one last person I do have to visit, which is Ogden. I'm close to getting the new dialogue for Mochi. That's 8 minutes, but we're way past 8 minutes. I can go back to Mochi, but I haven't even visited Ogden. Alright. Okay, I think this is actually new dialogue. Oh, and one more thing. Saber slimes have an odd habit of bundling up Kuka Doba into mud balls that harden up like stone. The only way to break them open is with something I designed called a Kuka Cracker. You find them scattered across the wilds, can't miss them. You shoot a mud ball into them and collect those sweet, delicious. My mouth is watering just thinking about them. Go, go, go. Alright. So, this guy, right? He wants us to collect fruit for him. And at least from the description of the other characters, the fruit, it's stinky. Why do I need more farm limes? Why? But the fruit is stinky. Kind of like cheese. But he uses it to like make special recipes, calls it delicious. I do not know how true that is. I'll take the chicken, the meat, the rooster. God damn it. Maybe I should change the stream name that like everything just tries to run away from me and it commits suicide by doing so. Okay. So I'm actually gonna need this bubble fruit and I'm gonna need some of the chickens. You have no purpose now. Because everything here is, it's hungry, it's angry, and it's gonna try to attack me. And so I can throw food at it at the ancient times from here, so that I don't get vibe checked. And this kind of does rely on me knowing what the diet of the slimes are. So, okay, well, damage it wasn't that bad. But I don't understand why they're like so hungry. They do have food around here. Do they just simply not like eat? Like they are definitely going out of their way to go and fight me, right? But the slimes cannot like go pick up the chickens right here, the fruit right there on the tree by themselves. I have to like forcefully feed them. Like this. It makes no sense to me. But you know what? I guess this is another reason why they don't deserve freedom. Because the slimes, ancient slimes, were so lazy to even feed themselves that you had to like forcefully feed them. And that's why they have become, oh my gosh, they have become criminals. Where's cannibalism? No, this one for example, it eats hens. And as far as I know, the hens aren't the same species as the slimes. And maybe if you argue that like fruit can be considered it still hurt me. This is rotted. I don't want that, I don't need that. Here I can actually stay as long as I want, and I actually have more liberty to look at the chat. There's yeah, I can stay as long as I want, trying to look for the fruits. It is just straight up just dangerous. That's the gimmick. It's not time-based, but danger-based. I mean, I don't know if you could argue that like slimes and fruit are related because they're both like mostly water, but I don't think that's the case. So at least when you feed them fruit or chickens, it's not cannibalism. But they will eat each other's florps to like upgrade or evolve, so that one could be a better argument for like the cannibalism. It's sus for sure. Can I get up here? I'm gonna see if I can. No, I'm not getting up there. Oh, by going back outside, it's just full of the meat-eating slimes. And honestly, I don't want to deal with the meat-eating ones because I don't have that many chickens with me to deal with them. You can't feed them the baby chickens. Stony hen. Stony hen. I don't think there's anything really special about it. It's just like a different type of hen. But for the stony hen, at least the entry reads that. Okay. Stony hen, about. Stony hens are thought to have evolved from hens who once trekked deep into the mountains of the far, far range. Perhaps these birds were seeking that clarity of mind that one can only truly obtain through meditation among those lofty, barren crags, but most likely they were just stupid and got lost. There's actually like a category for like on the ranch, and there's so much information, and I haven't actually like looked too closely at the information. I have looked at the Slimepedia to maybe know what's the favorite food of the slimes, but I haven't read like all the entries. Sometimes I like to do that, but I honestly think that might be better to do on my own than like, because I know some people don't enjoy that. I don't need a decoration, I already have a B1. Yes. Gosh. And even if I toss them into the abyss, they just come back. See, this is why the slimes, again, are kept in captivity. Do you now see the place that they will be? Yes, even if you murder them, I mean, even if you relocate them, they come back. They're like cockroaches. I don't need this either. And as long as you feed the slimes, right? Nothing will happen to you. No harm will come to you, right? But in truth, the slimes are actually holding you hostage. Because you had to like give them constant sacrifices. Otherwise, you, yourself, become the sacrifice. This is the prime crime that the slimes commit. And the slime tart? That's the true nature of the slimes. They don't hide it anymore. They're out. Oh my god. Well, my health isn't suffering too much, but still, I should stay in an area where I take too many hits. Give this. See? Persistence. You actually want to release slimes into society, or they'll continue. I launched the trigger, and it's still continuing to target me. You want these things in society? Or even if the food's right next to them, they'll continue to go and hunt you because you're the biggest piece of meat available. No. This is why slimes are criminals. What's other problem? You know, you could argue that in any game, like all the villagers, they ask you to go fix their problems, right? So it's not only Stardew, but yeah, essentially, hey, it's not all their problems that you have to go fix, but oh, it's the Lily. Because, okay, so they're also ranchers. You help them out. They are paying you for this, which you could argue that like Stardew also does. Technically they do run their own farm. It's just that maybe this is something additional to the farm. Honestly, I can't say what's the story behind it, because this is why I'm doing it right now. Because I don't actually know that much about the ranchers, apart from the trades that we got done, right? And when you work on this and you help them out, then they'll open up to you, tell you their story. So that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get their story. Are there any hot secrets? Sure, I guess. To be in that, it's not that type of game. It's not that type of game at all. Technically, like, you wouldn't even go into that route because the character already has a significant other. Oh, I can... Here's a place to go out. No, I'll just go out for now. And if I need to rotate back to... What's her name? Mochi! I need to rotate back to Mochi and do activities for her too again. The significant other kid. They actually can't. The significant other is in the city, right? And they're essentially having a long distance relationship. Okay. Thanks so much for all those cucadillas. You're off to a great start. The miracle mix I developed for my own crops is now available in your garden upgrades. Miracle Mix prevents fruits and veggies from rotting. And don't worry, I make it with all natural materials. Good, healthy stuff. But I didn't always think this way. I used to run a huge company on Earth that made insta-food. Quick, cheap meals made of nothing but chemicals and preservatives. We made billions, but we weren't making real food. Instead, our food engineers worked to design products. It wasn't right. So I came to the far, far range to grow my own wholesome food with my own 2 hands. I wanted to leave my life on Earth behind. But enough about that. onto more Kukatobos. If you give me, if you give me a bunch more, I'll give you the specs for the Let's Upgrade for your gardens. Get to it, Beatrice. I got a new recipe here, and I need lots of Kukadoba to get it just right. No, it isn't hers. And see, that's what I'm looking for. That battle story, that's what I wanted. I'm gonna get rid of this into the abyss. And you know something? I've realized that maybe the spicy tofu, I could take it with me whenever I go on his quest, so that instead of me looking for fruit or like ants to toss at them, I toss the spicy tofu at them. You know, everything here grows way too fast. It's so fast. Which early game it's good because it helps you out, but like at this point it's hard to manage the resources. It's not like I'm trying to be wasteful on purpose. Oh yeah. So I guess that's a fun fact. When it comes to food, for the most part, I don't like to be wasteful. Because as a kid, sometimes food wasn't available, right? Yeah. And so in real life, I try not to waste food, right? And whenever food goes to waste or I have to toss out food, it just makes me sad. No, it's Rusty. It's work. But yeah, it just makes me sad when food goes to waste. And when I used to work in the restaurants, and obviously there is gonna be leftover food, and it's not like you can save it up because that's not for a restaurant, that's not hygienic. But whenever I would have to clean and I had to toss food out that got left over because it just wasn't to people's taste, because it'll happen like that. It always made me sad. But if there was anything that like maybe comforted me about the food being tossed out, was the raccoons. I don't think I actually know the context about that. Okay, so is that a good idea in general? Yeah, that actually would be a pretty good idea. What's the issue with that? The issue with that is about how old the food is or how fresh it is. Because even if, and it depends on certain items, right? Even if something has been out for like maybe let's say 3 hours, right? There's some food items that simply you can't give to people because of you don't want to food poison them. So usually people, food that needs to be refrigerated is the main issue about that. And so in this case, the concern isn't so much about like, oh, or it could be, and you know, there's disguising it. But in this situation, the concern is mostly about the legalities of like, oh, if they become poisoned, if they get ill, yada yada, that they're gonna sue the restaurant, or they have the ability to sue the restaurants. So that's usually why restaurants don't want you to give out the food, right? Because essentially, when someone makes a purchase, they are kind of agreeing to like whatever side effects may come. But if you give food out, then it's a whole legal situation, which is honestly, it is pretty shitty to like look at it that way, but yeah, because it depends on the freshness of it. But here's the situation: even if someone has good intentions, that doesn't mean that the people that are receiving the good intentions have good intentions as well. Because sometimes there are some people that will receive help and they do go out of their way to be malicious. It really is just a situation of like one rotten apple ruined it for the entire bunch. But like, so people tend to err, or like to go towards the side of like, oh well, let's not have it happen at all in the first place, right? When rather than maybe taking it to that viewpoint, it would be more humane to take it from the viewpoint of like, even if a person like that shows up, you're still helping so many people. But yeah, it's just a bunch of things that tie together. Because even if an event seems singular, it does tie together. And that's usually the issue, that you don't know what type of effects some actions can cause. So while it seems like a good action, maybe it's not a good action for the company. And so any company, any restaurant, establishment will always try to cover themselves. But yeah, whenever like we had to toss food out, it did make me sad. And again, like my comfort, at least, in whenever that will happen, were the raccoons. Because the restaurant, the area around it, there's a lot of greenery, and there were so many raccoons. Wait, wrong section. But yeah, there were so many raccoons, and so I don't know how bad the situation was. I don't think it really was to that point. But there is a fact. The raccoons will get into the trash of the restaurant, and they will like eat the food that was tossed out. At the moment when I was working, it didn't seem like it was a bad situation. But the fact here is that, okay, you're feeding the wildlife, but like the food's not being wasted. What happens here is that the raccoon population then begins to grow because they have a supply of food. And it just becomes a weird interaction between humans and wildlife. And one of the reasons why raccoons are considered a pest, apart from like maybe them making nests in buildings, is that their waste, their excrement, the bacteria in it is actually very toxic to humans. And so even sometimes inhaling the bacteria can have very bad health consequences for people. So I actually like to think about this type of situations, because if you were okay, so one of the things that are attractive about maybe like Stardew and Slime Rancher, like this type of game, right, is that you, to a certain point, have control of your surroundings, right? You have the farm, you get to decide where the crops grow, you get to decide where things are being put, but you get to order around, right? And let's say if given the opportunity to do that in real life, right? What will be some things to tackle, right? Or what will be ways that you can improve the community? And so some of the questions that arise are like interaction between wildlife and human society, because whether we like to admit it or not, we do have a pretty big impact on the wildlife around us, because simply us destroying habitats forces the wildlife to move into the cities, right? And while they used to be shy about it, a lot of the wildlife is starting to realize that there's a shit ton of food here. And they become aggressive. Well, okay, maybe not aggressive, but they're not as scared as humans anymore. They're not scared about interacting or engaging with humans. But that becomes a bit of an issue because if even within human society we had differing cultures, wildlife also has different cultures. And one of the examples of this, right, is with chimpanzees. So if you go to a zoo and you smile, like let's say at the gorillas or the chimpanzees, the zookeepers will tell you not to do that. Because in their culture, in the chimpanzee, the gorilla's culture, smiling is not something friendly, it's actually something aggressive. Because you're baring your like fangs or your teeth, because you're like challenging them to a fight. And there was actually an instance of a girl that said like, oh, but I understand them, I have a special connection to them. And then she kept doing this to this particular, I think chimpanzee. I had to look up which monkey it was, but she kept doing it, and eventually the monkey broke out and attacked her. And monkey attacks are pretty terrible, they're really savage. So there is a lot to it. And how do you balance interactions of wildlife with human society? Like, how not to be an asshole? And at least the first thing that you can do is just to learn, right? But that's not something that a lot of people are willing to do. I did have to take care of the chickens, and I do have to feed the slime, so I'm gonna try to do that before I go and do Mochi's task again. But before that, I'm gonna take a drink of water. I guess the takeaway is that even if there's good intentions, right? If it's not well thought out, there will be consequences that arise. And so it isn't like the fault of the person that has good intentions. It's just like that's how, I don't want to say like that's how society is. That's how the structure is at the moment. But a society is made up of people. And depending on the values that people hold or their attitude, that is what's gonna define what the society upholds as their attitude and values. And so it really is just like, what would be the word? If you want to change society, sometimes it has to come first from within. And as people begin to like agree on a certain value that they hold, then it starts to become a value that a society eventually holds. But that is something hard to do, because you can't control other people's actions. If someone continues to litter, and even if you punish them, even if like you nag at them or whatever, if they decide to continue to litter, you essentially cannot control that, because at the end of the day they will continue to carry that action because they have a will of their own, right? And so that's what makes it so hard sometimes to get along with people or to like make changes, even if it's for the better of all. maybe I went off into History Channel again. And I did say that like my little sister sometimes likes to call me History Channel because I sometimes go off into this type of talks, and she says that like I'm not even gonna send my kids to school. I'm just gonna send them straight up to you, because goddamn, sometimes you just go off into this type of educational talks, even though I'm just memeing at you. So, if I go, I actually like talking about these topics because there isn't always opportunity to do so, right? But if I go too much into History Channel mode, where like either it makes you guys uncomfortable, or you just simply don't want to hear it, because sometimes, even if it's to learn, you're tired, it could have been a long day, or just simply just not in the mentality for it, let me know. And I'll try to like move on to like maybe something more like casual or more like comfy. Because I know some of these topics can be uncomfortable. Or yeah, it's just like a little heavy. Yeah, on the heavy side. And with that, alright, before I continue, I'm gonna go grab a sweater because it is kind of cold in my room. It's currently raining, and so normally even if my room's kind of cold right now it's a little colder than usual, and so I'll grab a sweater and I'll be right back. Alright, and I am back. Because I am currently shivering, and that's not good, because I'm trying to like actually like get things done in the game, but because I keep shivering. So yeah, at this point I should just grab like okay, I have the onion. There was something else I like the onion. Okay. So yeah, with the sweaters, it's now better. I'm not shivering as much. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's see. Can I check Task Manager? Because I feel like I'm lagging a bit as well. And not lagging as in my internet lagging, but more as in like the game's lagging. But honestly, it seems that it's fine. I don't see anything that's interfering with the programs, so that is kind of weird. But you know, yeah, follow this game. Try to get as many stories as I can. Cause what do they eat? The mango. Because, for example, I kind of maybe configured the story between Dora and H. H was the previous owner of the ranch or the farm that we currently operate. Because it'll come up from the notes that he left behind as we go out and about exploring. That he had a sweetheart, and it's hinted that it's Dora. So that's her story. But it's actually interesting to learn the story that Bogdan told us, right? How he used to be a producer of fast food, and like he just wasn't interested anymore. Because at least I like to believe that it isn't just like learning why they're here, but as you help them out, Dora, watch along with. No. But as you help them out, that they actually are able to step closer into accomplishing their dreams. Spanish. I don't think I'm qualified for that. Yeah, I don't think I'm qualified for that. Good. Oh, you know what? Maybe? Actually, though? Alright, do this. I probably don't need that much storage, to be honest. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the beets here. I need to organize my farm again. I didn't know that. I thought if I put things together like that would work out, but now as I'm running back and forth I realize I have some terrible placements. Yeah, I have some terrible placement. I'll probably grab some more pink slimes, like yeah, more of them, because I need a lot more of the pink slime floors to be able to build. Heartbeats up here actually. But to improve Spanish, or like to improve any language in general, honestly, it's just what is it? If there's something that you're interested in, so let's say if you're someone that likes music a lot, then I would say like, oh, look for music in Spanish. Because essentially, since you're vibing to the music and you're listening to it so often, you begin to pick up words or you begin to learn the language. And for some people it can be music, for others it can be what's it called? Reading. But the most common one, it's music. People learn another language just because they keep listening to songs in another language. Because if you have a personal stake in it, if you're interested in it, then you're more likely to learn the language than if you take an official class. Because sometimes people don't do well in the classroom environment. They're just not invested. They tune out because being in a classroom environment can be kind of stifling. Do I not have a heartbeat for it? I guess I don't. Yeah, I guess I don't have a heartbeat farm. I know that I have a lot of them, but why did I get rid of the farm? That doesn't seem like a good idea on my part. Oh my gosh, lag. Oh, that's a lot. I can pick up the mango. I said I wanted to improve relationships, but here I am, doing other things instead. Mango, what else I need? So the slimes over there are fed. I have the mango to feed, the honey slime. I need blueberries. I think I said eventually I'll renovate this area and I'll probably have some other slimes here. But I do have to move them around to match the slime with their food type. So I don't have to like run everywhere in the farm trying to like take the stuff that I have in this area to the other areas. Yes, okay. So this one, it takes vegetables and then this one takes meat, right? So I could probably get rid of these few spots to put might also need to fix the organization that I have for the slimes. Because boom slime don't eat the same food as the honey slime. Yeah, the boom slime are like carnivores. Thanks, mango. Because I don't necessarily need to grow everything. But I haven't found all the slime, and I wanted to combine slime based on like their favorite food types. But I think I did my combinations right, regardless. So I might have to like redo all of this again. But in this case, since these like vegetables, and that one likes meat. I might move them and put in like a fruit tree, a lemon tree for the concept slime, and then have like a honeybee collecting things. Yeah, like, yeah, just fruit in general. Well, at least the slime are fed in this area. I don't have to worry about the other area. I think I'm keeping the chickens out there regardless. And, you know, I could actually put down the porps here. Any extra porps that I have, rather than just straight up selling them, because I have destroyed my markets. Yeah, no, that works, I guess. Yeah, have another farm there. Maybe have another vegetable type of slime here. So I guess I'll grow the roots over there. Take them here. And put any extra porps in the harvest from the 2 plots. Yeah, and so rather than sell them right away, of course, because I have driven my own economy into the rocks, I can just store them, and once the economy like goes back up, I can sell them and be able to buy the rewards, the club rewards sponsor. And I'm mean, also storing them isn't a bad idea, because by storing them, in case I do need them as ingredients to make farm improvements, I can do that. Yeah, for sure this game has a lot of things to do. At least... Okay, I did get to a new point in the friendship with Oakland, because he did tell me his story about being part of like a corporation for fast food, right? We did reach a new point with Humphreys and Bob, but I haven't reached a new point with Munchie. I'm gonna see if I can reach a new point with the other characters again. It probably won't happen this stream, but at least I do want to reach a new point for a new conversation with it real. I don't think that Laura invites you to her farm, or at least I haven't gotten to that point just yet. Because what is it? Because I don't have a way to like increase my relationship with her. Not currently. Pink slime, then maybe pink slime and boom slime. Wait. No, bad idea. Pink slime. So like vegetables. I had to think about it. I do need more pink slime blocks. That's something for sure. But let's go pay a visit to Mochi again. Her farm should be open now. And we should reach a new point in conversation. I have no energy. About a minute. don't think I'm gonna reach the ones at the front, but there's some behind. Alright. So 23. I think that's close enough to and getting any conversation. We're gonna check on that. Alright, there we go. Well, heck, I didn't think you actually managed to collect enough orbs to get the first reward, but a deal's a deal. You're now one of the only people in the entire universe to be getting the inside track on plorb cells. I call it Mochi's Extra Mile. My Extra Mile will give you double new bucks for plorb deposits at the market, but don't get too excited, it won't happen all the time. I'm not that generous. See, that's the thing, Beatrice. You have got to learn to fend for yourself out here. Once you're on the far, far range, no one back home can help you out, even if they wanted to. At least that's what I think. That's got to be the reason no one ever answers. I mean, it's just so far away, right? Or shush. No. I actually need to check the box. So, on the... Yeah, no, it says that, like, it got held back for bullying. Are you bullying a game character? But I'm actually kind of interested if it actually still shows up in the bot later on. Like, because I can allow and deny the message, but I usually don't respond if the automod held them, right? Yeah. Because there really isn't a need for me to do it, right? Because I know it's just part of the conversation. But I mean, it is nice to know that in case something actually goes out of hand, I do have the opportunity to intervene or like moderate. But like, okay, maybe she's a bit of has a strong personality, right? But like, look, she sends messages and like they don't answer. She thinks she's out here all alone when I think it's just her family, not like not being that great. You really can't just hold yourself back, huh? I mean, we're gonna see more about her story because she's she's trauma dumping, she's opening up. But yeah. Well, who asked you anyway? Don't you understand how busy my dad is running one of the biggest tech companies in the entire galaxy? What do you know anyway? Enough of that. Let's get back to why you're here. To work. Here's the deal. Keep collecting those quick silver plorbs, and I'll keep paying you. And if you collect enough, the next reward I'll give you will be my secret tech for maximizing chicken production, the deluxe scoop. So get to work. Okay, so from what I understood from that conversation, it's essentially that like... Okay. Trauma dumping. Alright, so probably context clues are needed. So before I jump even to the second one, I'm gonna explain it real quick beforehand. So, you heard probably about the diamond mines, right? But even if you... So one of the reasons why it's hard to go into what's called renewable energy is that it relies essentially on electricity, right? And batteries. So we'll call it the battery mine. But there is... Well, yes, first world countries may improve from the renewable energy, right? There is the issue of the battery mine, where like the people that had to go and mine that had to suffer for it because the dust that gets built up, the pollution that happens because of the mining activities, it takes its toll on the community. And they don't get to reap the benefits of digging through the battery mine, which in theory the benefits will be renewable energy or like getting this type of technologies. So, on the content of Slime Rancher, right? What I'm reading from here is that your dad runs the biggest tech company. And obviously technology, you need the batteries. And the plorps are like your resources that you get. So essentially, this dad sent out his daughter to work at the mines, or the equivalent of the mines. And he doesn't even have the decency to answer his daughter's calls. I just saw the second message, god damn it! But yeah. So that's my read on this. That's kinda sad. Now, as usual, if I do mention something about like, well, in this case, since I mentioned the battery mines, right, and it could be a bit of a controversial topic, I'll put in my resources, and it's a documentary. Because I usually have a good memory. I'm probably not necessarily summarizing it the best way. But it is something interesting and it is something to know. Because as I mentioned before, right? If we want to make improvements, the first thing that we can do is try to like learn about the actions that we take and the effects that they can have. And in this case, in the quest for renewable energy, some of the effects that have come up because of renewable energy, or like trying to get the technology for it. Well, my computer, I need to check why is that happening, because that's not a good reaction for the computer. No, there's other things that I have to give priority for the moment. And so, in this case, right, even though, oh, it slows it down. I thought it was the other one, the one that like just electrifies all of them. Oh, that was a waste. It is good, but it was a waste on my part. Okay, so if it works for now, right, you don't have to replace it, right? But if you do have the opportunity to replace something, then you should go for it. But if you don't have the means to replace something, but it still works, then don't do it, because you have to be conscious of what are like priorities. Uh, 10 seconds essentially. Oh boy. That's not. No, no, no. See, that's the thing that I find kind of weird about capitalism, right? I do understand the dream of like maybe economic expansion or like infinite expansion, right? But if you're gonna destroy the planet for like achieving the dream of like infinite expansion, it just absolutely makes no sense to me. Because you can't infinitely expand if you're dead. And so you do have to find a way to make things renewable. Or have people die when they're killed. Or have like something else going on to even consider like exhausting the resources on Earth, right? Like, I don't know, think of it from yeah, think of it from like a video game perspective, right? Normally in video games, right, you get your resources and you want to save up your resources until you're able to manufacture your resources to be able to waste your resources. And if you don't have the means to like renew those resources and you keep like exploiting them or exhausting them, eventually you reach a point where you can't even play the game because you just don't have the means to do it. And so the thing with I don't know, infinite expansion, yeah, like don't start. And so the thing with infinite expansion in capitalism, right, is that if you ruin the entire planet, that's it. You don't get to play anymore. Like, and it baffles me. Like, absolutely makes no sense of like why people get on the attitude sometimes of like that we don't have infinite resources. We have limited resources, right? So there is no infinite expansion unless you're able to make those resources renewable. And at the moment, we don't have the renewability. I would say that that's the type of thinking of someone without compassion. Because, you know, and that's also the interesting thing. Sometimes people will say that they do partake certain attributes, right? Because they're trying to leave a legacy, right? But if you destroy the planet, whatever, let's say that your legacy is your family or what you constructed, right? Whatever you have left is, or your legacy, it's not gonna matter because you essentially ruined your legacy by destroying the planet. Even if like, I don't know, even if it were to be something like non-organic or something that doesn't rot, if there's no one to like upkeep it, it still doesn't matter because things eventually wear down, and so it just makes absolutely no sense. God damn it, I thought I had to keep moving forward. But, oh my gosh. I was thinking about that, right? I guess it just has to do with the obsession of immortality. The reason why some people are obsessed with technology and artificial intelligence is that they're just trying to reach immortality by uploading themselves online. Like, that's why there's some people that become really invested into it. But I guess people sometimes become so invested into like a certain idea that again they don't take into consideration the effects that that idea has. Because even if you have that idea or that wish, if you don't really think about the effects, sometimes you're not even able to complete the wish that you have because you cock block yourself. it's a funny situation. We became so obsessed with it that it was you at the end who ended up making that not happen. Oh gosh, why did I try to commit suicide? I'll try to look for bigger targets, because that's really sad. Oh, they can float! Look at them! They're kind of silly! I'm underwater, I just can't get to them. Please let me out. Oh boy, this is not great for me. Yeah, I already hear the tar slimes. No. 50! There we go. Oh my gosh, where's the exit? Let me out. I still need many more to get like the new conversation with him, but it's been productive. How much do I have to wait till it goes off the cooldown? Can I just simply go again? Oh! I can! I thought there was a cooldown to this! This could have been much faster if I hadn't been, This is why I mentioned that, like, only that and, like, it definitely, like, did not help me to establish relationships with the getters. They disappeared. How many of them? One of them probably has a ditto face. Now that's the one that I'm trying to... There we go. I forgot that you could vibe check in to like get the diddles, to get the imposters. toss them around, slam them into the wall so that they show their truisms. No, come back. Why is it that their first reaction is to jump into the water? That's not good for that's not good for them to die in the water. To get as many as I can. No, Mochi's on cooldown. Probably Arcben is up again, and gonna probably pay a visit to Arcben once more. And I think that could potentially be a good way to end the stream, since we actually got more story out of the characters. We learned about Arcben's past. We know that maybe the reason why that's called Humphreys is having troubles with his program is because of the influence of Paul. And we also learned that Mochi has not received a reply from her family, and she thinks that she's alone in the ranch, which is really sad. Alright, we have some slams. Oh, I do not want to shoot that. I need to run. Give me this. Oh, I need to find the exit. The deep bug spray does kill them, but from here. I see it. Wait, I'm still not out? Why is that exit so far this time? Have to wait to get a bit of energy here, because this is one of the places I keep dying in this game. Why am I not getting energy? Because I sometimes try to make this jump without any energy at all, and yeah, it has been great for me. Where? Like, Huh? Oh boy. Where? Think a bit about this. I see it now. Oh boy. I'm not seeing it, and that worries me. Oh jeez. I'm really trying to hold on to my to the ones that I have captured, but I am confused about what the hell's going on. I'm out of it. Wait, where am I supposed to go from here? Why was... There couldn't have been a better place for the portal. Why was it like that? Oh boy. Still issue, oh my gosh. I think yeah, you see my platforming skills sometimes. Gravity is my worst enemy. Nothing else needed to be said. Is that why you can... Okay, now it's red. Wait, but it's because I had things in my backpack. And I keep just going back to that? I can go back again. Okay, that's actually kind of good to know. But, I do need to go back and visit over. So that could actually be something for next stream for Slime Rancher. That I'll just keep on going at this until I finish becoming friends with Humphreys. There's open. I also need to figure out how to become better friends with Dora. I haven't finished exploring everything yet because there's still doors that I have to open with the Slime key. What else? I mean, I guess remodeling the farm because it's not in the best situation. Become roommates. I'm not that type of player though. Ah, I forgot to bring the tofu. The tofu will be really helpful in this area because the tofu applies for meat or fruits or any type of food. And I don't think I spawned in the greatest area. Why become roommates? Great friendships, yes. But not everything has to lead to eventual romance. Leave back my chicken. Let's see. Is there, apart from Slime Rancher, is there anything else I wanted to say? I did mention about the archives, you know. I guess maybe some things are still left hanging are about the stickers. There's still 2 sticker slots open, and as I mentioned, you guys get to choose 4 of them, and I get to choose 2 of them. So I guess those 2 will be stickers that I select. And then yeah, probably gonna do the yes bundle sticker. I don't think it has happened to in stream just yet. The yes bundle moments. Give me this. Okay, apart from the stickers, the stream schedule is gonna change. I won't be streaming on Thursdays because I won't even be home on Thursdays. I'll be at school. So today is the last stream on a Thursday. Let's see what else. So in general, I do not post my stream schedule because sometimes it isn't fixed. And I did make modifications to my school schedule to take more into consideration stream. Taking from experience last quarter. So it should be lighter. It should be easier to deal with, right? But I have to see how my classes are gonna be like before I can even make a decision about it. But if it's manageable, then I'll probably just post the stream schedule. But if it's gonna be kind of like up in the air just because of like the type of workload, then it probably continue to be still trying to stream on the same days, but not I guarantee that it will always happen. Just stream while at school. No, that's rude. I need energy. That's bad. Don't jump. By streaming at school, no. If I'm at school, then the best way that I can make use of the money and time spent into it is to put in effort. So that means paying attention. And then if I stream at school, that means I'm probably not paying complete attention to what's going on. That's rude. That is straight up. Oh, my bad. Okay, you know what? I do not have bad grades. And that's something that I do take pride in. Already compared. Yeah, and that is something that I do take pride in, not having bad grades. So, at least what I think in regards to that situation, usually, I know that like classrooms can be stifling, it can be boring, right? But you do have to put in a certain amount of effort, whether into doing the homeworks or actually learning the content, right? And sometimes, back grades show that like effort wasn't put, right? Now I know that there is special circumstances where someone might be like, I don't know, maybe like the oldest sibling. You know, someone might be the oldest sibling and they're having to take responsibilities that kind of like get in the way of sometimes learning the content, right? But usually if you put in the effort, then you will get rewarded for putting in the effort. Although there is something to say about putting in effort where it's not the smartest way to put in the effort. So, for example, if you're, let's say, like someone that learns by doing things, and you're trying to put effort into learning something by like listening, it's not worth to put the effort because you're simply not gonna learn because it's not your learning style. And so, in that case, the smartest thing to do is to like try to figure out what's your learning style or what's something to make it work, and then putting the effort into making it work. But it is sometimes a situation of trial and error. I feel like I've been there before. It's just that I'll put it in a way that like a teacher once told me, right? If there's a will, there's a way, right? If you want to do it, then you're probably gonna look for ways to make it happen. And if you don't want to do it, then you're probably not gonna like actually go out of your way to make it happen. But yeah, if someone wants to do something, they'll put in the effort to make it happen. Whether it be learning, getting good grades, or like, I don't know. Let's see. Or like fixing something, right? And you see this example with sports fans, right? For example, they'll say that maybe they're not the greatest at learning, but then they have memorized every player, they have memorized histories of previous games. They know how to like maybe strategize with like what would be the best combinations, right? Now, if they were actually like not that good at like learning or like memorizing things, they wouldn't be able to like do that, right? But they can, and so that means that they do have the capacity for it, right? But rather than like putting in the effort to like maybe learn something that they don't want to, let's say math, right? They're putting that time into learning about sports. No, but it's just an example. So if there's a will, there's a way. And sometimes in the case of like doing something that you don't want to do, you have to trick yourself into wanting to do it, right? So in my case, I take personal pride in having good grades, right? And I'll say that's my excuse for putting in the effort in doing things that sometimes I don't want to do. When it comes to academics, because it's my personal pride at stake now. It's not insulting you, like it's putting in an example. I'm trying to remember what was the phrase when it comes to League of Legends, right? Like, okay, I hate to admit this. So, I'm not the greatest League of Legends player, right? Guess I could put better effort into like actually like playing for the wins, right? Rather than like just for the fun of it. But yeah, like the excuse like can't live on a loss, or there's a phrase that gets used against me. You just don't want it bad enough, like to get that kill, right? Yeah, to get the kill, you just don't want it bad enough. And it's the same situation. It applies into other aspects of life, right? Oh, you're not getting the grades that you want because you just don't want it bad enough, or you're not getting you're not like maybe cleaning your room because you just don't want it bad enough. And this is just in general, because of course there is always outliers or special circumstances, right? And for some people, there'll be things that sometimes get in the way for doing what they want, right? But even if there's obstacles, if you want it bad enough, right? you're gonna like figure a way to deal with those obstacles. Because you know, something that's pretty amazing about humans, right, is that humans are very adaptable. And one of their talents is that they have a way to also adapt their environments, to change their environments. And with, I don't know, being a human and even having the talent, being able to change your surroundings, right? It is possible to like make things work if you try to look for solutions on how to make things work, right? Because like just I don't know, maybe like a couple hundred years ago, 200 years ago, whatever it is, right? People would have never thought that we would have like cars or airplanes or even ways to communicate with each other. Like, if you take someone from history and like even show them like a computer, they're gonna be amazed, right? Okay, so humans do have a tendency to change things for the worse, but they can also change things for the better, right? And just like maybe like falling back onto like, oh, it's just that whatever we touch we like make worse. It's kind of like setting up yourself for failure, right? If we made it worse, we can also make it better. And so rather than like being stuck on the we make things worse, let's find a way to make things better. And sometimes we don't even know that things are gonna be for the worse because it's not something that's obvious until we have the consequences of it. But if we have the consequences, and we have the ability to adapt and to change things around us, right? Then we could use that same ability to make things better, to change things for the better. Especially now that we know the effects of our actions. So there'll be conflict, there'll be confrontations, right? But because it exists, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's always a bad thing. Sometimes conflict and confrontations are a way for us to know what's not working and how to make it, and how to change things, how to improve them. Me drinking water. I don't know why it's been happening in the stream, but whenever I drink water, I just disappear. But I do need I need the water. You know, you gotta have faith sometimes. If we can have faith that a certain team is gonna win, right? Why can't we have faith that we can make things better? Alright, hydrating again then. It's how I mentioned before, right? That to have a society, you need people that participate in the society. And depending on values that they hold, beliefs, right? Eventually, if you have enough people holding the same belief or value, it will become part of the main society. And so, it's always in the tiny things. I know it can be overwhelming to maybe take these type of actions because these seem very huge, they seem very big, which they are, but every single thing does eventually break down into smaller things, right? And so even with smaller actions, it can be enough to start on working towards the bigger things, right? Oh, that's another thing. To be able to get things done, you have to break things down into smaller bits, into things that you can manage. Because even if something's big, if you break it down into more manageable pieces, as you progress and work on the smaller pieces, eventually you will have accumulated enough of those small pieces to have something that's bigger than what you started with. And so just as how small actions can lead to like bad consequences, the vice versa is also true. And you know, maybe the motivations for doing those things don't have to be the most honest sometimes, right? Just for example, oh my gosh, anybody heard of the game A Sucker for Love, right? Dating eldritch beings, right? And the main motivation for the character going up against a sucker for love, that's the title of the game, right? The main motivation for that character is to like date or kiss eldritch beings, right? And essentially he does some pretty insane things just for that goal, right? And you know, he did it. Like, are his motivations maybe the best? No, but he definitely did it. And even if sometimes your motivations are like questionable or like silly, I think that's a better word. Even if your motivations are like silly, right? If it's enough to get you to take action into doing something, then just run along with it, right? You don't have to have the most honorable or the most what's it called? Or the most heroic intentions to like take action. It's like D&D, like the bard, right? They go on this epic quest, but the goal of the bard? To smash. A lot of bards are like that, right? But they are helpful to the team. They do participate in adventure. To smash a dragon. Yep. But if it works to get things done, then just run along with it. And to answer the question about the Eldritch beings, supposedly. He's living! How are you alive? The water should kill you. You know what? This one, he survived. He lived. So I'm not gonna toss him into the water. I'm just gonna take him somewhere safe. He's someone that's not hostile. Yeah. You know, this is a pretty good area. You don't have yeah, there's no danger here falling into the water. I saved you and this is how you repay me. If we're just gonna let it slide this time. You know, some of those times are like kind of looking for it. I saved him, and he decided to like blow up right next to me. He was essentially stuck in the abyss. The slime sometimes do be looking for it. Okay, there's a portal, and I also saw an area over here. Some of them are crossed out, some of them are not. Let's see. Let me go up here. I'm actually finding a... Okay, maybe I'm not finding as much as I would like, but it's a decent size. It's not too bad. The portal's nearby. I don't think I can go into the water. water? This is sus. I'm actually gonna... Oh! Can I walk on that? Can I walk on that? I kind of want to test it out, but I... Oh, yes. Interesting. But I feel... Okay, they're there, right? But I feel as soon as I touch the water, I'm just gonna, like, move on to next stage. Yes. Guess I don't know if it's just glitching out or something like that. Alright. I guess I'll just head back. Oh, so, you know what? That's actually kind of, like, nice. That's kind of sweet, right? It's actually... His goal is to, like, try to make good food or fast food, right? And so, while, yes, this fruit is questionable and it, like, smells like cheese, he is trying his best to actually make authentic food. Like, the spicy tofu is his attempt. And he's actually sharing that with us. And so now thinking about it, like, that's actually really nice and really sweet. There you go, okay. I don't think there's a cooldown for his either, right? The only one that has a cooldown is Mochi, and I'm guessing that's because of having to use electricity. So I think I'm gonna check on the slimes, sell some things, buy the upgrades, and see if I can get a letter, because I haven't gotten a letter in this game for the longest time. And the letters are something that I do look forward to. I do have to turn off ahead, so. More slots, or I think it's stuck at here, right? But that's the thing that I also want to know. You can make upgrades, right? You have a membership, and the higher you get in the membership, sometimes you can unlock benefits. And so that's what I want to do. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. I want to see if I can get oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I want to see if I can get more benefits. But I do have to go and sell plorts. And well, I did drive my economy down for a pretty good while. But now it's back up. And I'm gonna destroy my economy again. To make the trips to go get them, and as I make the trips, sometimes the prices will change, especially because it's like nighttime, right? But I'm gonna see if I can get a good amount of cash and buy the updates, and I think that's gonna be probably the end of the stream. There's so many of them. And Patrice is only one person. There's eventually a way for me to be able to take care of the farm without like having myself having to do everything. So if in Stardew Valley you had the Junimals, right? Here you have the bee drones, right? But you need to get the ingredients to be able to make them. And I don't have all the ingredients just yet. Because I need to set down what's called drills and excavators and that type of machinery to get some of the ingredients. But I haven't been doing that. Honestly, I put it in the back burner. I don't know if it would be called like slavery though. Are we entering the realm of robotic laws, human rights for robots? Well, essentially they're like robot helpers, right? I don't know how much sentience they have, right? But considering that they essentially... they're cute, but they don't talk or anything like that, right? So considering that they don't have much interactivity apart from their assigned tasks, I'm gonna say that they're not slaves. Oh my god, that's not a good phrase at all. I mean, it's just kind of like, how do you know if artificial intelligence is actually intelligent, right? In order to know if artificial intelligence is actually intelligent, you have to define what intelligence is in the first place, right? And so how do you find intelligence? And some people will say, oh, it's because they're able to do like calculations, right? But intelligence extends far beyond just being able to do calculations. That's just ridiculous. See, with that comment, we could say that that demonstrates that there might be a lack of emotional intelligence because there is a better way to do certain things. But intelligence does extend beyond just being able to do calculations. And sometimes intelligence just is scattered from existing in the world, right? You have a body that interacts with the world, and as you exist in the world, you begin to gain certain types of intelligence. If you look at a baby could be said has to a certain point limited intelligence, but that's because they're learning, right? So babies, they flail their arms around their limbs. They don't know how to control them because they're new, and as they interact with the world, they eventually start to become more agile. They start getting hurt less, and they're able to control their limbs. So usually what happens with the problem with AI is that sometimes, since it doesn't have a body to interact with the world, it doesn't exist within a culture. It doesn't exist within a culture. It can be hard to know if it's intelligent or not. It's okay to eat. No. like so alright, maybe to like not go into a long another lesson about it, right? If you're interested about artificial intelligence, just Google or look up the Chinese room problem, right? And that essentially explains what's the issue with artificial intelligence. How something can appear intelligent when it might actually not be the scenario. No, legitimately though, the Chinese room problem explains what's the issue with robotics and AI intelligence. Or like why it hasn't become more active in society. Because they really haven't reached intelligence just yet. They're able to do operations and calculations, but there's still limits. And in essence, AI is able to gather its own intelligence just because it has a human that operates it. So it relies on human intelligence to have its own intelligence at the moment. Because if there were no human input or activity, there is no output that the machine can use to react to the world or like to operate. But yeah, the Chinese room problem when it comes to artificial intelligence. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten any new letters. I don't have enough money! This is fine. But honestly, I think it has been pretty good progress in overall, and I think this is a good place to just buy more money. You know, the mochi tip actually helps because we did get more money out of exchanging all those dwarfs. I just need to. There's a lot I need to do in this game, and I feel like I made pretty good progress, but I think that this is a pretty good place to stop the stream, or to like, yeah, like a good place to leave it off, right? Because we did actually make progress in the relationship that we have with the other characters, right? We now understand them a little better, and again, that's the main thing that I wanted to do. But you know what? Code Vein? Why? So Code Vein, right? I think Code Vein might have to be what's it called? Here, let me make myself bigger. So sheesh. Code Vein might have to wait till either next week, or Code Vein is just gonna happen tomorrow. Because again, I do want to rotate the games. I don't just want to like burn myself out on a single game, or like just give priority to one game way too much. So Code Vein is relatively new, but I need to rotate back to what's it called? For example, Tales of the Black Forest, because it's been a while since I played the game, and it's not good that I don't rotate towards the other games. It's not good that I don't rotate to other games, because then I forget the character names, or I forget what I was doing. So then now part of the stream is just me trying to figure out what or where I left off. Code Vein is Code Vein, I relatively started it, right? But I do want to play it. So again, Code Vein, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, but I do have to rotate back to Tales of the Black Forest, and if there is no stream on Saturday, right? Then I do have to give priority to Tales of the Black Forest over Code Vein. So yeah. But I guess just if there's any updates or any changes, I'm definitely gonna put that up on Twitter. And I already did mention in stream what's upcoming, at least for that's this week, starting on Monday. This week that's coming, I go back to classes. I'm gonna see how heavy the workload is or how manageable the schedule is, along with like by itself just from the classes the workload. And then I'm gonna see how streaming's gonna be due to that. So while I do also want to give priority to streaming, the biggest priority is that I do perform well in school and in my classes. Guess this is my last year, right? And so it'd be kind of sad that I don't graduate because I just didn't perform as well as I should have, right? But honestly, I did pick my classes to take into consideration streaming, so I should still be able to stream. Um, it's just not happening on Thursday anymore. Uh, Friday I think is still doable for streaming. Saturday probably also, and it's either gonna be where it's gonna be 2 streaming days, or if it's 3 streaming days, it's just gonna be on Monday. But I think that yeah, this is just some announcements on that. Uh, but yeah, thank you for being here with me, and I hope that you guys have a good night. See you later.